Today on this episode, we'll be changing the inner tie rod end on a Chrysler 300C. This process will be the same for LX platforms, Dodge Chargers, Magnums, and Challengers between the years of 2005 and 2010. The tools of the trade today are a torch kit, 24mm combination box wrench, large adjustable wrench or pipe wrench, vise grips and pliers, a 4-inch belt hose clamp. It takes the same procedure for both inner tie rod ends, so if you know how to do one side, you'll know how to do the other. Alright, let's get it. First thing to do is go ahead and jack the car up. Today we have a hoist, but if you don't have one, just jack that baby up with a floor jack. Next, let's go ahead and remove the wheel. Now, remove the outer tie rod end. The outer tie rod end episode link is in the description and pinned in the comments, so go ahead and check that out and come back. After that, use a tape measure and record the distance from the end of the inner tie rod end to the jam nut. You will need to set the jam nut on the new inner tie rod end at the same distance as the old one. Now, if the jam nut won't budge or is hard to unscrew, let's get our torch and heat the 24mm jam nut for a couple of minutes. Use vise grips to hold the tie rod and unscrew the jam nut off the inner tie rod. Next, let's cut off the 4-inch hose clamp, securing the tie rod boot. We used an angle grinder, but you can use pliers as well. Now with the clamp off, remove the smaller boot clamp with pliers and slide the boot off the inner tie rod end. Once the inner tie rod boot is off, let's grab our large adjustable wrench and unscrew the tie rod. You can also use a large pipe wrench. After the inner tie rod end is unscrewed, let's grab our new inner tie rod and screw it on and tighten it up with our adjustable wrench. Next, let's grab our tie rod boot and slide it back in. Throw on our 4-inch hose clamp, tighten that up, and put the smaller clamp back on the other side. Now with the inner tie rod end fastened back on and the boot installed, let's throw on our 24mm jam nut and set it to the original distance from the old inner tie rod end. Next, let's go ahead and screw on our outer tie rod end against the jam nut, throw it back into the steering knuckle, and put back our 21mm nut. Finally, install the wheel, clean up, and take her for an alignment. Alright everyone, so this took me and Greg about 30 minutes to replace the inner and outer tie rod end. Again, this episode was specifically dedicated to the inner tie rod. We highly recommend using a torch kit to heat up stubborn jam nuts. You can also find the instructions in the description as well, and a link to our other videos in the comments. Thanks for watching everyone. If this helped you out, please hit the like button, subscribe, and hit the bell for notifications. I would really appreciate it. Take care, and I'll catch you guys later. Peace.